Hello everybody, Exel here with the second cast attempt, casting my good friend Be My Baby Mama. We've been duoing for the last few seasons, and one of the few people that I play with on a consistent basis. He's playing Yorrik top, which has not been meta, and I don't even remember if he's ever been meta. But he plays them very well. It's a kind of comfort champion, and he's going to be up against Garen top. So Garen is going to be looking for a kill against Yorrik. Yorik's going to be looking to be putting pressure and to just try to bully Garen. We have the invade with the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank's a very unique champion in that he has a very long range pull. His arms extend, and he pulls an enemy champion, if he hits one, right to them. And it helps if he has other teammates around, so that there can be a kill or a force of a flash. But we're going to see here, an invade for a Blitzcrank is very, very normal, so that's why the blue team's being extremely careful. Let's take a look at the other jungle. We have Graves as the jungler for red, and he's very strong right now. He tends to be a kind of a higher skill cap champion because of his lack of crowd control, and he's not a tank. He's more of a damage based champion. And then against him for the blue team is Vi. So Vi has a little bit of everything in her kit: CC, crowd control, damage, and can even build a little bit off tank as well. Don't see her in pro games as much recently, but that's not to say that she's not viable. She's very viable and a very solid jungle pick. And we have the mid lane. We have Syndra, which has been dominating MSI of the most recent League of Legends tournament right now. Just a very, very solid pick. Great for burst damage and assassinating characters. And up against her is a Ahri. So Ahri running the exhaust. Actually a slight counter to Syndra. Very slight, it is a skill matchup, but if you time the matchup correctly, you are able to use this exhaust, which lowers damage. Lowers damage by the ult by I believe 50%. So you can see Syndra gathering her balls and sending them towards you. And if you're quick enough, like the pros are, and which some good players are, is that you can cut that damage in half. So a move that people have been playing against Bjergsen, and a very, very smart pick by the Ahri. The bot lane, we have a fairly standard AD carry matchup with the Misfortune and the Caitlyn. Caitlyn is a much more usual pick. Misfortune has been picked previous patches as the support, just not much in recent times. She tends to be picked more for AD carry these days, and there we go, forces the flash. So early advantage for bot lane. The bot lane duo of Blitzcrank and Caitlyn is not one that you ever see in pro games. Generally, you want to have a higher base damage champion than Caitlyn, but the combo of Blitz pulling and Caitlyn trapping underneath where Blitz is with the knockup is damage and double CC. So we might be able to get to see this. Let's see if we can see that set play. It's a little bit difficult for myself, a former plat player, to try to hit. I play both Caitlyn and Blitzcrank, and yeah, it just takes a little bit of coordination. So great job, 2 kills over to the Caitlyn, 2 assists for Blitzcrank, and she's going straight for the Blade of the Ruin King, it looks like. So a little bit of an unusual start, but you know, when you're 2-0, you can really start however you want. Also picking up a kill of Syndra. This is looking like a pretty fast game. 3-0 already. I don't really see any sort of winning lanes, except for maybe bottom could possibly come back, but I just don't see it at this point. Top lane, my friend Be My Baby Mama could come back. Nice enclosure there with the minions attacking him. Probably should just back. Doesn't want to let this cannon minion go. He is popping potions, so went defensive with the cloth armor, 15 armor, and going 3 pots. So he's going to try to get this XP. In hindsight, probably the better decision, because this wave is going to push. Garen is helping out with that. Is not going to miss out any of this gold and XP. Let's see how he farms under turret. Like I said, I'm a comfort champion for him, and I do expect him to pick up at least 2/3 of this. Let's take a look. Oh, meanwhile, we have the bot lane. Bot lane's going, never a dull moment in bot lane. Even with the huge disadvantage of the 2-0 Caitlyn, the Misfortune and Nautilus are going aggressive. So I like that play, considering somehow Nautilus has 17 farm and Misfortune 22. They are doing an even farm bot lane. Very unusual, but when you add up the farm, they actually have a 2 or 3 farm advantage over the enemy. A little bit of BM bad manners there, trying to back right in front of a Blitzcrank, and he makes him pay. 3-0 for the Caitlyn. I'm sure Vi, their jungler, and their top lane are wondering what's going on here. That's 3 kills in less than 6 minutes. Blitzcrank trying to spam his taunt, but little does he know that, wow, that actually worked. Sometimes people, they like to go on the taunt, and Blitzcrank must have seen the Graves coming. Very nice pickup. 4 assists for the Blitzcrank. Making a lot of plays. Not a lot of love given to the supports normally, but Blitz is making these plays. He's been part of 4 out of these 5 kills, even though he hasn't gotten a kill yet. Excellent support play. He went ahead and got boots and a mana crystal. Mana crystal would be for the sight stone, which gives vision wards. I like the pick. The boots is the kind of slightly aggressive pick. I don't know if he had enough gold to get the full sight stone. Even if he did, going for the boots to be able to snowball this bottom lane and pick up some more kills still might be the correct decision. So I would have to see the gold differential on that. But as of right now, bot lane, if you are starting 0-4 like they are, 2 deaths against the 80 carry and support, you really need to be last hitting, getting under turret. You almost have to give up this first dragon at that point. It's unfortunate for the blue team that it is a infernal dragon. So the most desirable dragon gives plus 8% ability power and attack damage. So it's just straight offensive stats, especially useful at the level 18 because items are already maxed out, levels are already maxed out, and it's just added on damage. And if you can get 2 or 3 stacked on, it's just almost impossible to win a team fight unless it's like a 5-on-3 or some sort of gross disadvantage. Misfortune has played her champion before. He is getting that double shot off into the Caitlyn, but still cannot get too cocky here because red does have a huge advantage. Let's take a check at the mid lane here. We have the kill going down on Vi, but then the trade kill going back. That is a flash used by Graves, so a slight advantage for blue. They really need it. They're down 1,300 gold, and now the Graves flash is down. So that does take away a little bit of the kill pressure on him, but still things are going very rosy for the red team. The Graves, which is responding in 2 seconds, has a chance to buy and went ahead with the Skirmisher Saver, which is the attack damage item. He had 2 options here. He could have either went towards this red buff, or he could have went towards the Infernal Dragon. Personally, I value the Infernal Dragon so much, and you have a winning bot lane by so much that getting this early stacking, super important dragon, I value slightly more. But it's not necessarily a wrong call. Oh, we got lots of action. If I was Yorrik, you could turn a little bit here. I do worry that the Garen has his ultimate, and if he does, oh, and baited out. Beautiful. It looks like Graves is gonna come back and try to pick up a kill, but if Vi is smart, she might try to 2-on-2. With that kill being down, Garen is kind of free to kill. What's special about his ultimate ability is that the farther life that is lost by an enemy champion, the more damage his ultimate does. So what you want to do is you want to get the enemy just low enough so that your ultimate finishes them off or is left to 1 hit. And Vi almost got the E in. You see that little dash on how she went towards the Garen there? If she had charged just a little bit more, or if Garen had moved up just a little bit more and that charge would have hit him, it would have knocked him up in the air and would have been a stun, and Yorrik would have gotten that kill. It's still alright. Yorrik is 1-0 right now. Their jungler is 3-1 with the Vi, so definitely playing around the mid top side is what Vi wants to do. When your bottom lane is losing that badly as they are, you don't want to engage down there because if the opposing jungler, the Graves, is down there as well and a 3v3 happens when you're ganking your losing lane, you're going to lose that every time. And that is not only a single kill, that could be up to 3 kills swinging towards the enemy team. I like Vi coming down here towards the bottom. There is no wards, but I don't know if she knows that. They are pinging for it. A little bit early to be charging. Gonna go down and probably put a ward by the dragon. The ult, a little bit of a risky ult there. He's just doing that for to be defensive, wanting to save the tower there. But Ari being a little greedy, trying to go up and do some damage, but not expecting the Graves ult to be there. One more shot, and that ends up the minions getting him finished off. Wow, red team is definitely coming ahead here. This is all stemming from the bot lane and effective jungling by Graves. We have an early ZZ Rock portal built by the Yorrik in an attempt to stop this mid lane from pushing. But right now it's just damage control for the blue team. It looks like just gonna kill that ZZ Rock. Not gonna try anything too aggressive like trying to take this dragon. But there's certainly a 2,400 gold lead by red. Not a lot of winning lanes. Only their top lane is winning right now. Yorrik doing a good job trapping the Garen underneath the turret. Looks like a couple of shots. And now that makes them 2-1. So once again, top lane is winning, yet your mid lane is losing and your bot lane is losing. So you want to be focusing a little bit more towards the top side, maybe even doing a trade here. The Infernal Dragon for the Rift Herald. Rift Herald has just changed recently. It is no longer a buff that you get when no other champions are around. That lasts for almost an entire game. It is now a usable item which does not take an item slot. It's similar to the ZZ Rock portal where you press the item, you choose a lane, and the large creature attacks any minion, champion, or turret in its way, and it pushes until dead. You have 10 minutes to use it, so often you want to try using it in top lane or in bottom lane, but I've seen it effective in mid lane as well, and using it at an appropriate time is a skill. So here we have a 2-kill-to-nothing red team with the lead and 2 kills up. Was thinking about doing this dragon. It looks like it's a good call if the Syndra comes down and helps, but Syndra is choosing instead to take the more surefire route and push that mid turret. Graves is coming here to gank. Blitzcrank didn't want to land that hook because it was going towards their tower. But let's see if they try diving. Not quite a dive. Just red team just taking whatever's available. Going mid, going to the Scuttle Crab, ganking bottom. Just really taking whatever advantages are there to them. Right now, all of the pressure is going towards the blue team. They are feeling it, and it looks like they're going to lose first tower shortly. It looks like Blitzcrank is telling his Caitlyn, hey, come back here, let's finish this turret. But now that the support comes to assist, they're looking at possibly bind. Good job, Caitlyn. Not a good idea to stay there, even though you're ahead, even though you have that great pushing item in the Hurricane. As you can see here, attack speed, critical chance, and movement speed. What it also does is it splits up your shot into 3 and does peripheral damage. Here we have one shining light on the blue team, and that's the Garen getting killed. Do they go and try to take this Rift Herald? A little bit risky with the Syndra blue buff coming down to contest. I don't see it. I think they might just take the easy push. Let's see how they do it. Red team pinging the Infernal Dragon. Very shocking that it's 14 minutes and there hasn't been much consideration. Graves did think about it about a minute ago to do Dragon, but ended up not doing it. Let's see what this team chooses. Looks like there's pushing on mid, pushing on bottom. Blue team pushing on top. Still not a first tower. If blue team gets this first tower, that's the type of play that they need to get back into this game. Wow, kill on bottom and first turret. That's first turret with the 300 extra gold. takes it off the map for the opposing team, and there you go, 2,500 gold advantage for red team, which is slightly caught up. Red is looking to get the kill here. Stun landed. There's no way the Nautilus is going to land, and it should be a free dragon. Don't even contest this by once again. Good guy Yorrik, be my baby mama. 3-1, first turret for the blue team, trying to carry them. You know, this is one of the reasons why I duo with him. He's showing how he can carry with a non-meta champion. Pick up another kill, a little bit sloppy of Syndra to leave herself alone down there. But right now, you either need to be supporting your mid lane, supporting your top lane, or going towards that Rift Herald. Also, blue buff is up, and as the jungler here, you don't even really need the blue buff on Vi, as you don't use that much mana, and cooldown reduction is not the most important statistic for you, but it is for Ahri. She needs that mana and cooldown. She's typing something right now. Not sure what she's saying. Don't really care, but maybe she's saying push this. It's kind of hard to understand. A little bit of an unusual occurrence here. Caitlyn going top lane, so I'm not sure if she's trying to initiate a lane swap to try to take some pressure off of this top turret. But right now, gold lead down to 1,000. So her support is going bottom. Does not want to give up this tower. But not sure what her plan is. Is she going to go mid? Is she going to go bottom? A little bit confusing to go top. You know, she did see that Rift Herald go up top. But here we go. She's heading down here. Gets the stacks on there. That's gold for both of them. When Blitzcrank hits those minions and has an orb revolving around him, finishes off the minion, they both get the gold. Both Caitlyn and Blitzcrank get the gold, and there's a life regeneration as well. This is just how far ahead the red team is. Blitzcrank is just going right into their team and taking on a few of them. Can't do it all, Blitzcrank. You can't go into the minions and fight two people at the same time. I like the ballsy attitude, but even you can die. Only a second death. Good job by Ahri. Just want to pick up that kill. You get behind. There's nothing really Caitlyn could have done, even if she was by her turret. These guys would have pushed right up, and it would have been a 4-on-1. Not much you can do, but Red is reacting on the other side with their own 3-on-1. Looking to take away the blue buff, and Syndra still pushing the lane. Not really too focused on getting that blue buff. Is it going down? Is it going down? And the Ignite finally gets it down. But thankfully, before he went down, did put this ZZ Rot to cover the top lane. Harder for them to push to take the turret. Just going to be happy with the kill and taking the blue buff. Still a close game. 1,000 gold up. Turret advantage for the red team. They have one turret above, and also the Infernal Dragon. So next dragon to come up is in a minute. 45, actually no, that is the Baron that is switching at 20 minutes, very important. The Rift Herald here turns into Baron, which is a much stronger neutral monster creep, and if you're able to kill it, also very game changing. So the Rift Herald here spawns at 10 minutes and goes away at 20, which is replaced by the Baron, and which is replaced every 7 minutes after it's been killed. So here we go, going down. Not some vision by the blue team, a little bit of vision by the red team. Oh, beautiful blind hook there by the Blitzcrank. Even though he's gotten caught a couple of times, making big plays for his team. And does he get it here? So close. Gets the 1-for-1 trade, and let's see what happens here. Nautilus does have the double buffs, does have the damage and mana advantage. Doesn't want a 3-on-1. Playing it safe, saving those double buffs. You don't want to give those to the other team if you go ahead and you're trying to be too aggressive and die. Ahri trying to kite back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They are going to get this Garen, but you know, that's his 5th death. Not the most important target, but at least leaves Yorrik to split push on the top. Got a beautiful 2-minion wave here on top lane. Let's see, just has ZZ Rot open right now. Sees that Syndra's coming to the top lane. Let's see where he puts this ZZ Rot portal. Now, I don't know if I explained this before, but the ZZ Rot portal gives some resistances, and it acts like the Rift Herald, where you place it down, and for a certain amount of time spawns creatures that push enemy champions, enemy minions, and turrets if they're allowed. Generally for push comps and to create pressure on the opposite side of the map if you want to focus your objective on. So like pretend you're going for Baron in the top side of the map, you go ahead and put a ZZ Rod portal in the bottom side. When the enemy team goes to clear the ZZ Rod portal, you're already in position to take the Baron. It's too late for them, they lose the objective. Beautiful hook by Nautilus, getting that good initial damage. Team decides not to go in. I like to see that in a solo queue game where it's not just ham all the time. Blue team is fighting back after that big gold deficit and now has it trimmed right down to 800 gold. Next dragon's coming up. It's looking at 40 seconds and we have red warding for it. They have 4 wards in the general vicinity. Make that 5, 6 wards with these two right here. Love the warding by red team. They know where the next objective is. Don't think it's going to be Baron spawning at 20 minutes, which I completely agree. Next fight is going to be around Baron. And here we have the pick up by Graves, doing that good guy damage. Kill picked up by Nautilus, not who he's wanting as support, but he is picking up farm and kills and assists, and trying to be that tank for the team with the Giant Spell build. Kills being traded all over the place. We have a 1, 2 kills, 4, and we have the red team with the advantage. Beautiful, beautiful E by the Yorrik, trapping that Garen inside the turret range and not letting him escape, getting that turret damage over and over and over again. I don't see the matchup very often because they're both not really meta, but I really like the pick of Yorrik against Garen. There's no way for Garen to get out of the circle that Yorrik puts around him, and he just has to wait for it to die or has to kill it. So I love the counter pick. Don't remember in the draft whether Yorrik picked before or after, but the blue team does want to engage on this. Jungler's down to 1 shot, and the red team should just give this up. No way that they can contest that. Don't like the play by Misfortune there. You're just trying to delay the red team from contesting that dragon, so you just want to put down your E, which has some crowd control ability and slow. And here they're going on the Baron. Again, not the greatest person to go on because of his innate and building tankiness, but she just wanted to use an ult, possibly make a play. The Ahri ult allows her to make 4 dashes in succession. All types of playmaking ability for her diving turrets, for getting away, for chasing. It's really a very, very fun ability from Ahri, and it's the reason why she's fun to play. We have Yorrik being a little bit defensive, putting this ZZ Rot portal so close to the turret. Back, about 5 to 10 patches ago, the minions, they didn't just die right here. They used to go to about here. Now, they did compensate by making the minions stronger, but they died quicker. So, if you're gonna... so as you can see, he's pushed it out as Yorrik, and not the best place because it is wasted right now. It's a fairly long cooldown, and it's not currently being used right now. I guess he just wanted to use that cooldown. It's already halfway ready to use. He's going to come back and want to try to ward and get back with his team. He's a little bit far out, but so far ahead that he could try to make an aggressive play. Very nice CC on him, trapping him inside that bush, getting that minion there that does damage, gets the flash secure, and wow, single-handedly, this Yorrik is winning this game for this blue team. Let's see if he's able to push it all. He's got a minion coming up, 3 people diving on bottom. We have the Garen going right past the turret, and everyone's scattered all over the place. We have a 3-on-2 down here on bottom, and we have Yorrik pushing on top. Caitlyn's on her way up, does have the speed boost in the past 20 minutes that you get from the Nexus point, and let's see if he's able to get this. Caitlyn is not that strong at this point. 3 levels down, 2 items complete, and Berserker Greaves, which gives attack speed for boots. Smartly, the Yorrik pulls off that, and is probably going to come down and get this honey fruit. Oh, no, it wants to go back and buy. I'm assuming he's got 1,500 or more gold and wants to complete an item, it looks like. 3 partial items and is going to complete it. Yes, goes ahead and completes the Spectre's Cowl. and might have some gold left over, and goes ahead and finishes the Trinity Force. That's a double Trinity Force team for blue. With these just being built, it's a big power spike for the blue team. Despite being down 2,500 gold right now, dragons even at 1 Infernal Dragon each, I do like blue team at this point. Let's see how this plays out, and let's look at team comps a little bit. For the red team, we do have a nice mix of damage with Syndra and Blitzcrank both having ability power, and then the other 3 at attack damage, so a good mix there, and that weighs up against the blue team, as also has a good mix of damage. We have Nautilus as AP as well as Ahri as ability power, with Yorrik also doing some mixed damage. As for tank and crowd control, we have the red team with partial tanks and partial crowd control, with Blitzcrank and Garen filling up those roles. And for the blue team, we have tank, crowd control, for most of the team has some sort of ability. So a little bit more on the crowd control for blue team, and let's see how this plays out. Red team is massing, blue team is split. Let's see how the coordination goes here. Blue team is down their jungler at 12 seconds. Probably just wants to push this in back. Not being allowed to do so. So, the call is being made that blue team is going to get this kill on top lane. They're going to go for it. Not able to secure it, but, like I said in previous posts, that it's not all about the kills, and it's not all about the gold, it's about the objectives. So instead of going to help potentially a losing fight, most likely a losing fight, the blue team went and got that middle turret. There's all sorts of pings going over the place. We have pings at Baron, pings at bot turret. Everyone's having a different story here. This is solo queue, so the teams are not all on voice chat. I imagine there might be a duo or a trio, but it is hard to tell, and they're not playing like as if they're perfectly coordinated. Graves started the Baron for some reason. As you can see, he barely started it and has almost no life left. So a little bit curious. Slight misposition there just because of the team doing different things at once. I hear calls, I hear bot turrets. They have the Baron warded, so not too much of a risk in leaving it at this point. Blitzcrank, 0 kills, 4 deaths, and 15 assists. Doing a very good job, but not nearly as good as the Syndra. Syndra at 12 kills, 4 assists, 4 deaths, 5 assists. So we have the ZZ Rot being used on bottom because Yorrik was there, quickly being killed, but not too much of a deal. I can see that the cooldown's been shortened on the ZZ Rot portal. It looks like it's only about 45 seconds, so not a huge cooldown to use. You want to just use it, and it seems like he's adapted since he plays as champion. It's the first item he built. So good job, Be My Baby Mama. And we have, looks like, a free Infernal Dragon. Lots of Infernal Dragons. If anyone on the team would have gotten 3 of these, this could have been even more one-sided, but the game's still pretty close. Blue team with 2 Infernal Dragons and some decent item points, and the red team with a little bit of a gold advantage at 2,700 and 1 Infernal. Blitzcrank a little on the aggressive side. That's just how he's been playing all game. Nothing against him. He has done some good pulls and some good plays. It's been 2 or 3 times that we've witnessed that he's died, and he doesn't really need to die. Looks like there's going to be a siege on the turret. The siege team is decent because we have a Yorrik. But here we have the Misfortune blowing her ult, getting the team down in damage. We have the Garen trying to get some people down, trying to get someone low into ult, and the ult is not doing a lot, and that's just because he's already got 7 deaths. He's at 8 now, and we have the blue team pressing up on this middle turret. If they can get this turret, huge advantage for them, because that means the inhibitor. The other team's been aced, only the Blitzcrank is up. Blitzcrank is the support, so he's not going to be able to affect this 4-man push very much. They are going to get this inhibitor. I predict that they fall back and try to ward up, probably throw a ward by the Baron, but let's see if they try to go for the finish. Very aggressive to go for the finish, and they're going for it. Oh, how exciting. They're going for the 4-man finish with the Yorrik minion. One turret down. They have 11 seconds left. There's 2 of them up. 3 of them up at 8 seconds. They're going for the finish. They just gotta go for the inhibitor. Yes, they're going for the Nexus. And they got the finish. Yes, beautiful teamwork. They called it. It was the correct call. Great idea. They were down early. They came back. Very, very good job, Yorrik top. Be my baby mama. You carried that team. Congratulations. Pleasure to watch, my friend. And I hope you enjoy. Exel, second cast. Let's say it's a success. See you all.